Hello guys, my name is Ben and this is Bad Bikes, and today we are going to be reviewing a $240 bike rack designed for electric tired fat bikes made by Young Electric, or in their words, the aluminum hitch mounted bike carrier. Now, this thing is designed for fat tire electric bikes, and I don't have a fat tire bike or an electric bike. So just pretend like I do, and it shouldn't really affect the review. I just wanted to let you guys know. The unboxing experience of this rack was actually really nice. It came very well packaged. The instructions to put together the rack were very easy to follow, but somehow I did manage to lose a bolt at the very beginning, so I had to spend like 15 minutes trying to figure out where that bolt went. But anyway, I got it figured out. Also, something I noticed while putting together this thing was that the parts are very heavy and very strong. And I guess that's a pretty good thing when you have, 60, 70 pound e-bikes on this rack. Ooh, wow, this is heavy duty. One thing that is a little bit of a bummer though is that the rack does not come with tools, so you will need to supply your own. But it's pretty basic tools that pretty much everybody has. So I got the rack already put together, and now we're gonna go put it on the car and see how that process goes. All right, so this rack is quite heavy and pretty clumsy to put on the car. But I got her in. Let's see. The hard part about this is you have to align the hole of this rack with the hole of the receiver, which takes some finagling. There we go. I think we got that. So sometimes with racks you have to sort of prop them up with your knee as you slide this in. This is always the most difficult part. Gotta sit down for just a little while because that Arizona sun really gets you. It makes it super sweaty. So the overall experience of putting on that rack is like a 5 out of 10. Since it's so heavy, I mean, it's very strong, but since it's so heavy, it's difficult for just one person to put it on. I think it would be easier definitely with 2 people, but it's just difficult to get that bolt in because you don't have as much ton of room in between the little pallets that you sit your bikes on. But man, that sun really gets you. And it's early in the morning, it's 8 o'clock, and I'm gonna have to go take a shower after this. Come on. All right, but now let's load on the bike. So I was just gonna put the bike on the rack, but there's a really cool feature that I don't see a lot of racks having. So let me get that. All right, so it's this thing. Can you guess what it is? Let me lock this in place. Okay, all right. What do we have? We have a ramp. If you have a heavy e-bike or fat tire bike, instead of me having to lift my heavy e-bike or fat tire e-bike up, all I gotta do is roll it up. And that is way easier than having to lift it up. I don't know why more racks don't have this. The way this works is I load this up, I can move this thing side to side. So I'll push that in front, pop this guy down, strap this in, get this in, and then do the other side. Oh yeah. And then I just remove this thing and the bike is all ready to be taken anywhere. Okay, I gotta take another break, because that sun is just so bad. Overall experience loading the bike on, I'd say probably like a 7 out of 10. I really like the ramp feature. Like, that is a really nice premium feature that you don't see on a rack at this price point. All right, so another cool feature about this rack is that this thing says it can hold up to 200 pounds. I'm 150, this bike is 130, so we're getting close to the 200 mark. This thing is not moving. Like, it is very secure, strong. I'm moving that side to side, and my bike is moving back and forth, mainly just because the tires are not big enough. But if you had fat tires, this thing would rock. So it is nice to know that you can put any bike of any weight on this rack and it's gonna hold it. Two for that matter. I mean, you could pretty much put anything on this rack and it would hold it. I would worry more about your car or your hitch receiver than the rack. So very strong, definitely 8 out of 10. One thing I will note is that if you have skinny tires, do not get this rack, because I have, what do I have? I have 2.6 tires. They're like that thick. That's the smallest you'd want to go on this rack. So it's best if you have fat tire bikes, which is what this rack is designed for. So just a little note, if you have a BMX bike, road bike, gravel bike, mountain bike with small tires, don't get this rack. See how much width is right here? Like, you could fit such a thick tire, like probably 4 inches. And this is like the smallest because my tire is already able to move around a lot. Just something to keep in mind when you're getting this rack. So another neat feature of this rack is this little handle right here. So what you can do if you need to move this rack down is you can grab this handle, pop it down, and now you are able to access anything in the trunk. The only problem is I don't have the keys right now, so I cannot open up this trunk. Okay, got the keys. So you can just open it up, get anything out that you might need, and then close it back up. And then after you're done doing that, you can just move it back up just like that. And if you need to store this, what you can do is you can take this stuff off, collapse it all, and lift it up and store it on the car, which is cool. I think I'd put it at like a 7 out of 10. Okay, so Future Ben here. I accidentally forgot to record this part, but anyway, is the final scores for the rack. So the highest it could get is a 40 out of 40. The lowest it could get is a 0 out of 40. And an average score is 20 out of 40. It got a 27 out of 40. That is pretty good. That is slightly above average, and that's what this rack is, slightly above average. All right, back to the video. All right, so that pretty much concludes this review of the rack. Final thoughts. Would I put my $3,000 e-bike on this rack? Yeah, probably I would. Will I use this for myself? No, I'm not gonna use this for myself just because I have regular bikes. I don't use e-bikes. A very niche amount of people are going to want this rack, but for those people, it is perfect. If you're considering buying one of these racks, make sure to check the description for a discount code, as well as use my affiliate link because it will give me a little back for making this review, and I really appreciate it. It's also no extra cost to you. Okay guys, so that concludes my review. That was the first review that anybody has sent. Like, Young Electric reached out to me and sent me this product to review. So really cool of them. I'm super happy I got to do the review. First review I've ever done. really stoked about that. Okay, that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching. As always, my name is Ben, and this is Bad Bikes, and I will see you in the next video. God bless.